Fight Fiend forecast. I'm Joseph, the host, back for the UFC Vegas 89 props and parlay show. I'm going to give you some props, some confident props as well. I'm back with some confidence, with some energy, and we're going to get this money. You know, it's a trash card, and it's a sleeper, but, you know, we're going to find some spots and some opportunities to make some money. I have many underdogs on this card. It was hard to choose just one for Dog of the Week. I almost went with two. For the prelim prop and main card prop, I mean, it was very hard to determine just who to go with. Like, you know, not the best card for betting, to be honest with you. We're going to go light, although I did already put down $500, so I'm not messing around. I'm here to give you some free plays, so I'm going to start it off with the forecast of the week. This is simply a forecaster that gives their most confident prop at plus money on the full card prediction show. And only one forecaster commented again. Just came in a couple hours ago. I'm going to pull it up right now. We got somebody making their return. This is their second time ever. And this is the first time a forecaster gets their second opportunity at forecast of the week. And we're looking at Frank Bush. He likes Stephen Wynn. And it's by a decision. I completely agree. This was almost a prelim prop for me as well. You know, this is a fight where Stephen should come in. You know, first fight in the UFC. And beat a tough, durable guy. Now, I don't think Jarno Aarons is going to get finished. I almost went with Jarno Aarons as my pick, but I got to go with the favorite here. He's training at the better gym. He's going to be more accurate, throwing more volume, and he's confident to get a finish as well, but, you know, it's just not going to be enough. You know, this is a tough task for him against a guy that's going to be hungry from the Netherlands, but let's be honest, Jarno Aarons probably isn't UFC caliber, and Stephen Wynn's just going to pick him apart at range here. Get it done by a decision. Judges are going to love him as well. And it's nothing confident for forecaster Frank Bush, but that's what he came up with. Like I said to him, we got to scratch the barrel here, find something good. And I really like this play here, to be honest. Like, we got to find something. And Jarno Aarons is tough and durable enough to not get finished, I hope. And Stephen Wynn should win this by a decision. Pretty easy pick. He's a clear favorite in this fight. And then if you look at the method of victories, the most likely outcome is the decision. So I believe in this forecast of the week. It has confidence. It's a good bet for sure. I'm going to put some money on it. And every forecast of the week I'm going to have money on. It's a no-brainer. These props of the week are free bets as well. So, you know, just take it for what it is. These are my plays. These are some of the forecasters' plays. If you disagree with it, don't play with it. There's lots of opportunities on this card. We got so many underdogs. We're going to get to them in a second, but I'm going to give you my props of the week now. The main card prop and the prelim prop. We're going to start it off with the prelim prop. Because like I said, Stephen Wynn, by decision, was nearly a prelim prop for me. I like that forecast of the week, and we're going to have some money on it, and we're going to cash in for sure. So Frank Bush, thank you for commenting. Let's get it, buddy. Hopefully everybody's riding with us. They're not going to want to be on the other side chasing that underdog. Like I said, there's a few underdogs on this card, but that's not the one, right? This underdog here, my prelim prop, Kurt Hallaba. He's probably going to get the finish, plus 230. That's a triple your money play. That's incredible value there. He's my most confident dog of the week, as you're going to hear here in a second. I mean, he finished his last four opponents, all of them in round two as well. You could look at that as a little sprinkle if you want to play a round bet on Kurt Hallaba, but it doesn't matter if he gets the knockout, the submission. I think he's going to be super dangerous. Trey Ogden's never been finished, though, right? On the feet. He's been submitted 3 times. And I think Kurt Hallaba, although it's going to be tough to submit Trey Ogden because Trey Ogden is a grappler himself, he has some tricks up the sleeve. It might even be easier to knock him out. Forward pressure. You're going to be the more durable fighter. You should be able to wear a couple shots, close the range, and find a knockout finish. Or drop Trey Ogden and get a rear naked choke. Just hop on the back as soon as he falls to the ground. Club and sub action there for Kurt Hallaba. Either way, you play it by finish and you triple your money there. It's my most confident prelim prop. And yes, it's a more confident play for me than Stephen Wynn by a decision. Like I said, Stephen Wynn was nearly a prelim prop. But then I was like, I have more money on my dog of the week than my locks. So I got to determine how he's going to win. I'm hoping and praying he can get the finish. We'll see how it goes. Either way, I'll cover my ass and have a lot of money on Kurt Hallaba on the money line. He's my most confident dog of the week. But my second most confident dog of the week is my main card prop. So these are supposed to be confident props. And like I said, I'm taking 5 underdogs, so the hell with it. I'll take some underdogs as my props of the week. I have confidence. But this underdog just didn't become a dog of the week. And that's all right. Every underdog pick doesn't have to be a dog of the week. A dog of the week is my most confident dog of the week, so I got to determine just one on this card when I got so many. And the main card prop will say it all. Round 1, KO, TKO for Justin Taffa plus 400. This is like the only way this guy can win. Outside of round 1, he could gas out. He's fighting a wrestler, the best wrestler that he has ever fought yet. Yeah, he's never been taken down, but to who? Henry Hunsucker? Come on, like if he gets taken down and controlled here, he's probably going to gas out. He's going to struggle to get up. Second and third round, it could be a boring ass fight and just a snooze fest, and Carl Williams wins. That's not what I want to happen. I want to hit this 5x bet. Justin Badman Taffa, better walk him down. Find the finish here in round 1. Outside of round 1, I'm probably going to have no action. I think it's round 1 or bust. Justin Taffa, the bad man's coming to fight, and we're getting paid. And next up, the dog of the week. There's 2 of them right there. So 2 confident dog plays for me, Justin Taffa and Kurt Haliba. But I got some honorable mentions as well. Can I talk about Muhammad Usman? I think he's going to wear down Mick Parkin and just drag this fight out. Maybe second, third round finish. Knockout looks like a pretty good price as well. It's not much different than the decision price. Either way, knockout or a decision, that's what I'm leaning for Muhammad Usman. He's going to land a big shot late, or he's just going to grind him out, win a decision like he has been doing. On The Ultimate Fighter, he won a couple decisions. We haven't really seen the knockout finish from him lately, other than the Zach Paga fight, and Paga's not a very good fighter. He's fighting at light heavyweight now. Was never supposed to be at heavyweight. Not a very good finish to have on your record. Now, I'm kind of worried about the submission for Mick Parkin because Muhammad Usman's last loss came by a rear naked choke to 5-1 Brandon Sales. But since then, he's been training at Killcliff. He's been working with his brother. He looks incredible. He's getting this done as an underdog. The fight's probably going to go the distance. I see lots of love on that. It's an honorable mention. Another one. Maybe not so much love on this one. What about Juicy J, Julian Arosa? I think he comes in here, gets the job done, and the submission is going to be live, yes, given the fact that he submitted Charles Jourdain. And look what Jourdain just did. Went out there, submitted Ricardo Ramos in the first round. Ramos tapped pretty quick. Didn't look like he wanted to be in there. And Julian Arosa is questioning his fighter mentality. I think if Julian Arosa gets a fair ref that doesn't want to stop the fight early after one shot, like, let's be honest, that Padilla fight, he wasn't knocked out on the feet. You know, he wore a couple shots, but I think he was still in it. It was an early stoppage for sure, watching that one back. I think if he gets a fair ref and he doesn't get rocked on the feet in the first minute and 20 seconds, we're fine here. The underdog, Julian Arosa, is going to find the submission or maybe a flying knee, a head kick. He has one head kick, but the flying knee, the one that he had against Nate Landwehr, that was dirty. He could be setting that up again here against Ricardo Ramos. Although Ricardo Ramos, if he is smart, he's going to keep this on the feet. Arosa's chin is glass, and he cannot be a dog of the week play for me or a lock of the week. Anything, not even a prop of the week. You know, be very careful betting on Julian Arosa. But in this matchup, I feel like I got to bet on Julian Arosa, so he had to be a little honorable mention there. You know, there's some more plays. There's a bunch of fights on this card, right? There's a couple more underdogs there, Birkin, but I'm not going to go through each and every fight. I talked about it on my full card prediction show, and if you're skipping ahead, you're going to miss some of the picks that I got. You got to listen to each and every fight prediction because you never know which one I'll have confidence in. But on this show, you really get to hear which ones I have the most confidence in. And at this point, it's a no-brainer who the dog of the week actually is. It's Kurt Haliba, plus 125. That's a gift. And my dog is going crazy upstairs. You can probably hear him. He's wound up for this fight. He's ready to go. He just heard me say Kurt Haliba from all the way upstairs, and he's going crazy, right? He was quiet the whole show until now. But as soon as I said Kurt Haliba's name, he got wound up. And I think we're going to pound the bookies on this line. So that's just my read. That's what I'm feeling on this fight. And I listen to many other cappers as well. Some of you don't give a shit. Some of you think we're just a bunch of goofs on here giving picks. But a lot of guys I respect and a lot of guys that are sharp, only missing 2 or 3 fights a week, are on the Kurt Haliba side. Let's get this plus money. There's some confident plays on this card. Like, let's be honest. We're going to cash in and we're getting after it. And now I got the locks of the week. And I have less money on the locks than I do on my dog of the week. Billy Quarantillo and Fernando Padilla. These two favorites, are my most confident ones on the entire card. There's not many favorites that I have confidence in, but these two I see getting the job done. In my opinion, these two fighters have fought the better competition. They're more experienced and seasoned at this point in their careers, and they're getting the job done. Rather, if it's a finish, if it goes the distance, it doesn't matter. I think they're getting it done. They're locks of the week for a reason. Two favorites I have high confidence in. Plus 160 is a great ticket to have in your back pocket, but it's not one that I have more money on than my dog of the week. I have more confidence in the dog of the week this week because I have 5 dogs. I was going to lock in 2 of them, but I narrowed it down to the one that I have the most confidence in. And for the locks, it wasn't easy to determine who they were going to be. Like, I didn't have the utmost confidence looking at this card. I thought it was trash, but I'll go light. One of the lightest bets on the locks I've had, but maybe that's a good thing because I've missed the last 2 weeks on the locks. A lot of people probably going to be doubting these two for sure. And I'm going to be honest here, when I'm listening to other cappers and stuff like that, like I said, some of you don't care, but a lot of cappers are going against these 2 locks. So I'm looking to take other cappers' money on these 2 locks. I'm going to do it respectfully, but we're going to cash in. We're getting after it. Billy Quarantillo, Fernando Padilla, they're the much better fighters, fighting the better competition. Not to mention as well, Fernando Padilla has a 6-inch reach advantage fighting a debut fighter, right? And so many people are on this debut fighter thinking he's going to get the KO, thinking this Mexican's chin is glass. Like, bruh, he's a fucking Mexican. He's going to fight for his fucking right to win here. I think Padilla's going to surprise a lot of people. In his last fight, it was a early stoppage against Julian Erosa, but he's been saying that he needs to be a more complete martial artist. He might be looking for the submission in this fight. He has a lot of submissions on his record, and he's fighting a guy that has power on the feet. But I don't think he's getting knocked out. He's so durable. He's Mexican. You got to rely on him. You got to. And given the fact that he has those submissions in his back pocket, saying that he might want to use them, Sub City could be live here for Fernando Padilla. It's definitely worth the look. And on the feet, he's going to keep Pujulio at distance with a 6-inch reach advantage. Landing the better shots, being more accurate. I think he wants to revenge that loss against Kyle Nelson that, he just didn't do enough. He learned a lot in that loss. He's coming out here looking for revenge, and I think he gets it against a debut fighter that's going to be figuring some things out. He is still lacking some experience, and he's green, and Padilla's a tough debut. And Yusuf Zalal is coming back to fight Billy Q. Not the easiest task. He lost to Sangwon Choi, Sean Woodson, and I'm pretty sure Chepe Mariscal back in the day, so he has many decision losses. All of Zalal's losses are by decision. It seems like a lock play to play Billy Quarantillo by a decision as well. Maybe look at that. It's just a double up play for Billy Q by a decision. It's $240 as well. Same price as the forecast of the week, but I think it's another prop that we could lock in. Billy Q, Fernando Padilla. Let me talk no further. Let the locks perform and get the job done. Plus 160. Let's get after it. I'm telling you, we need to get after something on this card. We need to make some money. And even though it's a trash card, we can still find some confidence and hopefully make some money. If everything fails, we got another probably half-ass fight night next. I'm looking ahead here. We got some pretty decent fights, but we got another women's main event as the headliner. Not the most exciting fight to finish the night off, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a lot of liquid courage in us. And we're going to make some money, right? That's the goal. Everybody's goal is to make some money. They want some free bets, free picks, but I can't hit each and every bet. I can't give out props that are going to hit each and every week. I wish I could see in the future, but that's not possible. I try to give you the most accurate forecast that I can, but some weeks you go 50%, you miss the locks, you miss the dog, you miss everything you give out, you lose a bunch of followers, and you fucking don't even want to do the videos anymore. But you keep pushing because people want your videos to be out there. They rely on your videos to be out there. And there's definitely positives to pull away from each and every fight week. So losses turn into lessons and lessons turn into blessings. We're here for the long haul. And people want the parlays and they want the parfaits. So I got to cook something up. It's the end of the show. I gave you all the props. And before I cook it up, let's just smash that like button for me. Suplex the subscribe button just like Muhammad Mokaev does. And I'll see what I can do. I'm going to try my best. And we're going to start it off with the first fight of the night. I'll give you 2 crazy parlays because these odds are crazy. Some people's predictions are crazy. And we're just going to get crazy with it. We're going to get crazy with it because we got so many people on the side of Muhammad Usman thinking he gets it done. I got to agree. He's only been growing in confidence for me throughout the week. And we're going to add him on this parlay here, Muhammad Usman. And let's just play him to win. We got plus money for the win. I mentioned on the prediction there, he could get the KO. The knockout price is looking nice. He hasn't had a knockout in a while. Let's just play it safe. We're getting plus money. We don't need to be greedy. But some people might think we're crazy taking Muhammad Usman. That's all right. We're getting paid, and we know the right side on this fight. We know the motor's going to wear out Mick Parkin, who in the 3rd round just was barely holding on in his last fight against a guy that's probably not UFC caliber. And the motor, he has gas, and he's filled up ready to go. And the next fight, the 2 Brazilians, I'm looking to leave that one off. Like, I haven't seen much of either of these fighters, and they're making their debut at the same time. Let's just leave it off. Likely the favorite gets it done. That's what majority of cappers think. So we could play it on the money line. We might as well. But that's being ballsy as hell because we don't know much on either fighter. And we're being honest here because they're both making their debut, right? You can watch tape. You can look at the records. But other than that, it's a fist fight. Anything can happen. We got to agree the favorite is the right side though, right? Fairly confidently as well. And the women's fight, for hell sure, we're leaving off. I'm not going near it. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole. For some reason, I had Monstrat Rendon on the full card prediction show. It's a women's fight, and when you think it's going to be close, you go with the underdog. I don't love the pick. I honestly don't. I think the Russian could grind it out. She could be a sharp striker and just do enough to win. But I don't know, and I don't give a shit, so I'll probably just keep Monstrat Rendon as the pick. I don't love it. I'm not touching it. I'm not putting it in the parlay. We're just looking at Muhammad Usman, Andre Lima, and we're going to tag on Stephen Wen for the win as well. Another confident favorite for the forecasters. Miles Johns and Cody Gibson. That fight there is going to be close. If it goes the distance, it's going to be maybe greasy. Cody Gibson's going to be grinding in the 3rd round. If that fight gets extended and Miles Johns runs out of gas, Cody Gibson's live here. He's a junkyard dog and he's going to be hungry. He's starving for a win. And in round 3, I mean, I'm just a little worried for Miles Johns. I'm not sure how Miles Johns is going to be feeling after getting caught with some supplements in his system. Hopefully he has the gas to get the win. He's going to be the pick with low confidence. But Gibson in round 3 is going to be live. And he's going to be searching for a finish. He's a starving junkyard dog. We got to beware. Leave Miles Johns off the parlays. That's my best advice. Some fights, we can make money just leaving it off. Because we do have some good reads and some good predictions on this card. And each and every fight we don't need to put money on or parlay. So we'll skip it. And Julian Erosa, his chin, just makes this fight worth skipping, right? Julian Erosa's a pick. I think he's going to get the finish, maybe lock in a submission, something like that. Ricardo Ramos seems to be tapping pretty quick. But you cannot ignore that Julian Erosa's chin is glass. Right? One shot, it could be over. The ref could be stopping it early. Hopefully not. Hopefully the dog, Julian Erosa, gets it done, but I'm not looking to play it. Actually, I said something smart there. It's not going the distance. I see a finish. 100% in this fight. And we're going to take the plus 120 fight to go under 1.5 rounds. I think it's going to end early, and we're going to get paid on a 12x parlay. Muhammad Usman, Andre Lima, Stephen Wen, and Ricardo Ramos and Julian Erosa under 1.5 rounds. $10 on that 4-leg parlay is $115, and I don't know who's gonna be the yuck on this parlay. I think we're getting the bucks for sure. No one's gonna yuck on this one, and I definitely think the prelim parlay is worth a chuck. If you agree or not, I mean, $10 is gonna pay back $115. That's incredible rate of return. I'm going to do up another one on the main card now. And we're going to look at the first fight of the night on the main card. It's going to be interesting. And fists are going to fly. So we got to assume that maybe a finish is possible here as well. We could not even take a fighter to win. Sometimes you can just take them under over and you can get paid, right? As long as you have a sharp read, you go with your gut instinct there, you should be all right. Not every time you're going to be confident on who wins, but you know how the fight's going to finish. And when you got Fernando Padilla looking to make a statement after a loss, fighting a debut fighter with 7 knockout wins, and people questioning Padilla's chin, maybe the knockout happens here. I don't think the fight's going to go the entire 15 minutes. I think the fight not to go the distance is 160 versus plus 125 for the fight to go the distance. I'd be looking at maybe the fight not to go the distance here for Padilla and Louis Pujulio, because the locks maybe aren't doing the best. I need to figure it out, make sure that these ones are going to at least hit, and I don't want to get overexposed. So what I got down on Padilla to win is enough. I'm not putting them in parlays, anything like that. I think the fight is not going to go the distance, though. I'm just a little worried Padilla gets cracked, but I'm pretty confident that the cappers are going to be wrong and Padilla's chin's going to hold up. He's Mexican. Like, someone has to comment below and agree with me here, because I don't like the sense that so many people that do this each and every week haven't done their research, essentially, and have been given out a pick that is not going to hit. I don't know. Maybe Padilla gets cracked and chinned and fucking gets knocked out and I look like an idiot. Because it's happened before. I've looked like an idiot before, and that's just the game. I'm sitting here giving my predictions on a fist fight. Let's be honest. So that's what we're trying to do. Just be honest. I think Padilla gets it done quite easily. I'm going to play it lightly, though, and make sure that we can secure the bag. Fight not to go the distance. We're going to parlay here to start off the main card parlay. And the next fight, Billy Q and Yusuf Zalal. I really don't see a finish in this one. I don't. Yusuf Zalal has only lost by a decision. Billy Q's my lock, so that just makes the decision prop my most confident outcome in this fight. Now, Yusuf Zalal, his price for a decision has been getting love. It's down drastically, I would say. People are very confident in this underdog. Just because he fought Ilya Topuria and because he's so confident that that was the toughest test Ilya has ever had. I mean, I wouldn't buy too much into it. You can buy into the underdog if you want and try to take my lock of the week money, but we'll see how it works out for you. I don't think it's going to work out too good, but like I said, I've been wrong many times before. Just hopefully not this week. I'm pissed off and I want to get paid. And the fight not to go the distance, we're not touching. The fight to go the distance, we'll add on this parlay. 2-leg parlay is going to double your money at least right now for a fight to go the distance and the fight not to go the distance. We're not taking anybody to win. Like, people are probably going to be happy about this. You don't even have to agree with the fight winner on these ones. You can just agree with how the fight's going to finish. And hopefully a lot of people think Billy Q and Yusuf Zalal goes the distance. And hopefully they're looking to play it, because next up we got Peyton Talbot and Cameron Simone. This one's a banger. Banger fight. Best fight on the card. And these two prospects are going to give their best because the stake is high here. Both these fighters want to make a name for themselves. Both these guys I would expect to be in the company for a while. I enjoy watching them fight, win or loss. They're entertaining. And this is a tough one to cap. I like the favorite, though, Peyton Talbot. I do like the fight to go the distance. I think they're going to both have their way at times. I don't think Cameron Simone is going to be as dominant as people are thinking here. I really don't love this matchup for the South African. He gets hit a lot. His defense isn't the best. I think Peyton Talbot will be the better fighter, more composed. He's not going to get hit, and he's not going to get taken down, I don't think. If he does get taken down, he's so quick to reverse things on the ground. He's a good scrambler. On the feet, he's going to be accurate as well. Blasting Cameron Simone in the chin, making it a tough night for Cameron. And for the main card parlay, I'm talking way too long, so I'm going to quit the BS, get straight to it. Edmund Shabazi and AJ Dobson, we're not touching that one. Justin Taffa, Carl Williams, we're not touching that one on this parlay either, because Justin Taffa is the main card prop. We're going to have money on that in the first round. And other than that, let's just fucking watch this fight and hope Carl Williams does not get this fight to the second, third round. But the main event fight, Amanda Ribas, Rose Namajunas, we're going to finish it off with another 4-leg parlay. And I see this fight going over 1.5 rounds. And that's so obvious. right? They're going to feel each other out in the first round. Second round, one fighter's going to start to wear down the other. And by the third round, the finish is going to come live, probably for Rose. But there's a high chance this fight goes the distance. It's a women's fight. I actually do think the fight will go the distance. But for the fight to go the distance is plus 130. It's giving me chills. It's not the most confident play. I'm not sure if I want to pull the trigger on this one. Like, the fight to go the distance sitting at plus money seems like a great stab, but these two girls in the 4th and 5th round have a chance to finish. So we play this one over 3.5 rounds, and the 4-leg main card parlay that I just crafted up here live on the show is plus 550. It's the fight to go the distance between Billy Q and Yusuf Zalal, the fight to go the distance between Peyton Talbot and Cameron Simone, and then the fight not to go the distance between Fernando Padilla and Louis Pujulio. And the final play was the one I just gave out, over 3.5 rounds, for Amanda Ribas and Rose Namajunas. This 4-leg parlay is plus 550. It's worth a smack. It's at least worth a smack. You don't even have to agree with me on who wins the fight. You just have to agree on how the fight's going to finish, if it's going the distance or not. So we're going to look to make some money on this card. We're going to play it as safe as possible and make this profit. We're going to attack the bookies. And forecasters know we're going to be back for another show at UFC New Jersey next week. Another women's main event. So make sure to smash the like button, suplex the subscribe button. I really appreciate everybody tuning in each and every week, dropping comments to help with the algorithm. I love to hear from all the fight fiends and forecasters. And now it's time to go pound the bookies and chase after the hounds. Big bags are inbound.
Major bag alert.